Hey, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. I have a new junk journal to put on Etsy today, and I love the title of this book from 1915. This is the original book, and I used the whole book, front and back and spine, and thoughts and afterthoughts, like how great for a journal. So what I did is I added some vintage jewelry to the bangle here, and that's removable with some ribbon that matches the cover. And I did cover up the spine because I had to do some repair to that because it is so old. And let's just have a little look inside. There's an attached wraparound here. And I've got the original first pages in here that were also a bit damaged, so I cut them down so they would fit inside. Got a lovely inscription here by the owner. And I love the dedication there to their friend. Wonderful original first pages, all nice and aged. So lots of space for journaling here. I've added an antique postcard in the sweetheart pocket here, and from 1905. This is from the Emerald Isle Poetry Book. A lovely poem in there, and space to journal on. I've got a vintage tag here I made out of a 1950s newspaper article, and then a 1892 Demarest Family Magazine full page spread there, front and back. So that's very cool. Lots of embellishments here made out of vintage and antique paper and linen. This is from a fabric pattern pouch. Another tag there for journaling, and a really cute little Popular Mechanics page. Look how lovely this is on women in the workforce, which is pretty cool because that was right after the war when women were still very busy working. I've got that 1955 Polish embroidery plate from a 1955 book there. Really special, beautiful illustration. And I've got a nice history book page here from 1930, and there's the back of that sewing pouch. And just a piece out of an 1899 newspaper there, which is kind of cool. And another pattern, and this is from the 1950s Theater Arts magazine, and this is one of those wonderful recipes from the Nielsen Chocolate Factory, chocolate peanut butter cookies, and that's an original hand-typed recipe, original staining on there. Made a little pocket here out of antique music paper, and this lovely photograph of a woman in front of her home, and that is the infamous Joan from my collection of The Woman I Don't Know, but whose family I have their history of. This is a fantastic full-page world map from the, I want to say, the 1930s. And then this here is one of those German bank notes from 1924. And I just love them. And just an antique page here that you can journal on. And I've added lots of little embellishments here. More of that Nielsen's double chocolate chip cookies. Holy Hannah, these are, geez, I should photocopy those before I give this journal away. That's very cool. Nice vintage stamp here. And a little pocket here out of a vintage doily with a little journaling spot there. I tea-dyed that. Everything else is original antique ephemera. I don't use any kits or commercial papers or digitals, nothing. Everything is authentic in here. So it's a real little journey through history when you get one of my journals. Here is a great children's book page and a 1904 Freckles page. Lovely little illustration down here. Another children's book page and another map, which is really cool. So this journal has two vintage maps. One antique, one vintage, and that's of North America there. And that one's from 1955. Stamp collector's book page there. And that is from a Reader's Digest book from the 50s. And then this is just from a little vintage inspirational book. It's got lovely little poems there. And down here I put in another one of my little hidden journaling spots and added some doilies. This is from a little vintage staple box. I know that's funny, but I just thought the images were so fun. 1938 Paris, France almanac page. And that one is from July. And if you want me to switch it out for a day that's more meaningful for you, maybe your birthday or somebody you want to gift this to, just let me know and I'll swap it out. And this is just really cool. I didn't do anything with it. It's so brittle, but you could glue that on, put a piece behind it, but I just thought the back was as pretty as the front, so I did not attach anything to it. It's from the 1800s, so I really like that. 1930s Monopoly money and a 1930s children's book page I turned into a pocket. Dr. Seuss from the 60s. And here's another one of my floating pockets on a paper clip you can remove there. And in here I have a 1950s receipt from Wonder Bread and a blank canasta sheet there that you can journal on as well. Just really fun ephemera. Gosh, it's so much fun. Every page sort of has a new little surprise. Book title pages, 1905 gardening book pages. This is from a vintage atlas, believe it or not, and it had some bird migration on there and where they go around the world, which I love. Look at how pretty that is from 1905. And here's a plate from a history book as well. And just a pouch here I made from vintage cross stitch, or needlepoint, sorry, needlepoint. That was supposed to be for a upholstered chair, but it never quite made it. And then just another wonderful little journaling envelope there. And this is the last page of this book, Thoughts and Afterthoughts. Fini! So you can see that on Etsy now, hyperstamper.etsy.com, and I hope you will subscribe so you can see them before they come out. Thanks so much.